Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Season 1, Episode 28 of NXT The Game. We are just 3 days away from the NXT Dusty Rhodes Memorial Tag Team Classic, so let's get straight into the show. Alright, the camera rolls and shows Renee Young, Tom Phillips, and Corey Graves welcoming us to NXT. Not much to talk about tonight in terms of welcoming us, but we are getting to the show right now. Just that I didn't really have much to type out. I usually type everything out, but I didn't have a lot to type out tonight for the 28th episode of NXT. Alright, in an extremely short match, Samoa Joe defeated Gu Gallic with a pinfall with a muscle buster. I have never used the go all out road note, but I think I'm going to start using it because I'm getting amazing ratings. This now beat my last best match ever. So let's see what happens as we go forward to the show. Do you guys use that note a lot? I've never used it before tonight, and tonight I booked 2 shows today, but I've never used it before these last 2 events, and it's really worked out. Alright, the scene now finds Samoa Joe walking in the back as Apollo Crews walks up. Great match out there tonight, Joe, says Apollo. Very impressive. Samoa Joe smirks. Thanks, Apollo. Good luck tonight. Always enjoy watching you wrestle. Crews nods as the scene fades. Friendship, respect. You know, nothing wrong with 2 workers who are world class telling each other that they're doing a good job. Alright, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy show up on the screen with Carmella. Oh, Cass, it's a great day, says Enzo Amore. Colin Cassidy, tell him. Enzo Amore, we just found out we got those 2 strawberries, those Fruit Loops, those gingerbread men, the Young Bucks, Nikki and Maddie at the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic in the opening round in just 3 days. Colin Cassidy, those boys are going to regret putting their noses in our business. Carmella briefly chiming in, they soft. Soft, S-A-W-F-T, I do know that. Enzo Amore, bring it on, boys. Get ready because you're going to go mano-a-mano with the undefeated NXT Tag Team Champs. Carmella, how you doing? The trio leave. So we're just continuing the storyline with the Young Bucks and Enzo and Cass. Alright, next. In the match that has some good action, not much way of heat. Dana Brooke, Emma, and Gail Kim defeated Asuka, Bayley, and Candice LeRae when Gail Kim beat Asuka by pinfall with a quick cradle. After having accidentally hit Asuka in the match and caused her to lose, Bayley is sitting in the corner with her hands over her head. Dana Brooke, Gail Kim, and Emma roll out of the ring to celebrate. Candice LeRae is helping out Asuka, who's coming too, and the pair slowly crawl next to Bayley, put their heads together. Asuka isn't mad at Bayley, but she didn't like the loss. She handles it well, sorta in the Asuka way. Candice LeRae tries to lead her support, but at the end of the day, Bayley just cost them the match. So more continues with Bayley's problems. Next, the scene looks at William Regal as Bo Dallas walks into his room holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. William Regal, Bo, so glad to see you. Come in. Bo Dallas, it's Mr. NXT Money in the Bank to you, Mr. Regal. Bo says jokingly and very positively. William Regal, yes, of course. Bo walks in. William Regal, so Bo, I just wanted to let you know that next Wednesday you'll be having your first match since the pay-per-view. The fans cheer at the thought of Bo being beat up. Bo Dallas, awesome. Against? William Regal, well, that would spoil the fun, Mr. Dallas. I just wanted to let you know that NXT Money in the Bank prize winner is fighting next week. Bo stands up, looking irritated. Awesome, he says, changing mind. I believe you can make a great match, Mr. Regal. Bo walks out, leaving Regal with a smirk on his face. Well, I guess Bo Dallas needs a script. That's alright. I did not know that. A video plays hyping the main event between Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze. Alright. In a match that has some good action and average heat, James Storm defeated Johnny Gargano in 6 minutes with an 8-second ride. This is a match just getting James Storm a nice victory here on NXT TV, as he hasn't had a match since the pay-per-view, and we wanted to get James Storm, our champion, back on the board. Alright, now the camera finds Bayley in the back talking on her cell phone. We can briefly hear her side of the conversation, which ushers in doubts in her mind, especially after accidentally helping cause Asuka to lose tonight via miscommunication. Bayley has been not feeling fantastic lately. So basically just more doubt in Bayley's mind. I'm really making her the focal part of our NXT division for women. Now, Sami Zayn is shown backstage. Sami Zayn, a cage match, he says, getting excited for the #1 contendership nonetheless. He's excited again. Quite possibly one of the happiest moments I've had in quite some time. Zayn stops and continues. You see, not only do I get a match against you, Mr. Prince Pretty, he says, mocking him as his eyes get buggy, because get ready, because I'm ready to be locked inside of the cage. I'm worried. Not about my face, I'm worried not about my back, I'm worried not about my knee. The only thing I'm worried about is beating you and becoming the NXT #1 contender. So Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze, big cage match. This is a 3-month-long feud coming to an end inside of a cage with the winner going on to become the #1 contender. In a match that had good action, Apollo Crews defeated Rhyno in 7 minutes, so this was just to get Apollo a match, a victory, you know. Apollo Crews hasn't been on in a while. Rhyno is kind of our torchbearer. He's actually a main eventer, which we need to shift down and shift some guys up, but, you know, Rhyno putting over Apollo Crews here. After having just won the match, we now see Apollo Crews backstage as Samoa Joe walks up and shakes his hand. Samoa Joe, talk about impressive, says Joe, joking around. Apollo Crews, I do what I can, I do what I can. Rhyno was a man beast. Joe nods. Samoa Joe, true that. Well, have a great night, man. Apollo Crews, yeah, you too. The scene ends. Mutual respect. So, you know, I'm kind of building with these two, probably towards a NXT TakeOver Redemption match. I'm not quite sure yet. It'll be a face versus face match, and if it happens, it's just because I don't have anywhere else to put them on the card that I have projected out. I didn't notice either one of them missing off the card until I was looking a little while ago. So I decided to shake things up a little bit with this angle, and we'll possibly be having them on the match, on the show. Alright, next the camera finds a click backstage. So it looks like triple threat. Sean, you be ready? Sean Waltman gets up from his training squats. Rarely do I kick a gift horse in the mouth. H. Rarely do I get a chance at a title, but I get 2, and I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Scott Hall, attaboy Pac. Kevin Nash, what are we doing about you? What are we doing about younger H? H. Regal and I are still discussing this. Scott Hall, trying to play, you know, devil's advocate here. Tisk, gotta be on the same page, Chico. The scene fades, leaving Triple H thinking of what Hall said. Remember earlier on in NXT, when Scott Hall debuted, we kind of were playing up the William Regal versus Triple H stuff. It's kind of been put on the back burner. But Scott Hall now, you know, with put on the back burner with Sean Waltman coming in and getting his little title shot the last couple, you know, months. But putting it back into the forefront with, you know, potentially having some beef between Triple H and Regal down the line. Right now, it's the main event. The event has some good action. Ever cheat. Finn Balor defeated Tyler Breeze in 13 minutes by a coup de grace, following botched interference by Drew McIntyre. Eva Marie was great. Tyler Breeze and Eva Marie was great. Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze just don't click. That's not great. But the Drew and Finn storyline continued. This was basically just to get us to the Dusty Rhodes Classic. We're gonna have 4 shows after the Classic, heading into NXT TakeOver Redemption, and I wanted to get this one out of the way, this show out of the way, in order to build up strong after the fact. We don't have enough storylines going on. This lost its popularity in 16 regions. That's the 3rd event in a row where we lost 10 plus regions. So we're gonna have to put our heads to the drawing board, really try to get some people over after the Classic. And you know, it is what it is. Thanks for watching, everyone. The Dusty Road Classic is next.